When have you felt the most lost?
Very recently. No matter like how small you think the steps you are that you're making, you're always better off than the person who didn't move at all. The next 3-5 years that I was forgetting about what I was doing in the present. And I was in such a weird headspace of like, I don't know what I'm doing, I was getting stressed and like, I was trying to write stuff down about what to do and all this.
Yeah.
And then I was forgetting like stuff in day-to-day life.
Explain the definition of rich.
I think for me it's just...
So you think success is very objective?
I think it is.
Who is the person you want to become? Do you know who you are? Just
yes and no.
Context, how old are you?
21.
20,
22.
22.
22 now, yeah.
22 now, yeah.
Yeah.
As of
a week.
2 weeks ago, I was.
Yeah.
22. Do you think you know who you are?
To an extent.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you just learn more
As you
about
go.
yourself as you go older, and the more you experience. Yeah, I definitely know who I am to an extent, but there's like, I wouldn't say I'm aware of there's things missing, but like, I'm excited to just keep learning and like kind of build experiences, and that will slowly kind of just build more and more and more. Yeah, I think, don't know, does anyone know who they are?
There we go. No, well, that's why I'm here. That's why that was the whole idea with this, was because I know
you were waiting for this.
No, I wasn't waiting. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And that's why it's made me want to do this.
Yeah.
Because I just think it's interesting and fun to talk about.
It's very interesting.
Let's add some context to the viewer.
Gone.
You're 22, grew up in Chelmsford, UK.
Yeah.
Went to uni.
Yeah.
Studied photography.
Yeah.
You were there for 3
years. Yeah.
3 years? Did you take a gap year before or no? You didn't?
No. Straight into it.
Straight into uni.
Yeah.
So you've effectively been in education since 4?
Yeah.
3, 4?
3, 4. Yeah.
And you're now 22.
In the UK, yes, four, yeah. 22.
So how many years is that? What? 18 years?
Yeah.
18 years you've been in education. Wow. That's a big chunk.
I thought
of
about
life.
myself, yeah. It's interesting, isn't it?
After leaving, how do you feel?
After leaving uni? Well, in terms of like finishing education?
Is it liberating? Is it scary?
It was definitely a bit of an eye-opening experience. It's kind of like just be in education since you're, whenever you start nursery till, exactly like you said, 22, and kind of like finishing that, and then suddenly it's almost like there's a sense of, it's like there's so much you can do that you don't know what to do. And it's kind of like you follow this path since you were like, you've been too young to even realize you're on that path. But like you start off on a path and then you follow it, and subconsciously you kind of, you do primary school, you do secondary school, you do uni if that's what you want to do. And obviously people finish that, they can finish at 18 and then you either go into a job or do something else or whatever. But for me, I think finishing at 22 and it's suddenly like, oh, okay, so now I choose what I want to do. And I think that was a good, scary realization, but also like, oh, this is exciting.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you're always conscious of like making the right decisions.
Always.
And now it's like, it's definitely exciting. But when you're like, when it kind of clicked after graduation probably, when like you put it to rest, it was definitely a bit like, oh, okay. And then suddenly your brain's like doing, oh, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this. And just, it's definitely
weird
stuff to think about.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, at least.
Yeah, I don't think you're alone. I mean,
no.
I didn't go to uni, but I had the same realization after school.
Yeah.
Which is, the end of my education.
Yeah.
I guess I started uni, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
But
hard.
Not in uni anymore.
Yeah.
Question 2. In your life, when have you felt the most lost?
Very recently. Yeah, I think it stems back to the first question. Just not really knowing what to do. Because just, as I said, it's like there's too much you can do. There's so many things I want to do before, like, you know, it's like a serious or however you want to talk about it. But yeah, I think it's definitely, for me, it's like finishing. I mean, I went to uni in Falmouth, which is quite if you don't know, it's like a small seaside town, informal. And it's kind of like there's such a small community, but at the same time, you know everyone, which is fantastic when you're there. And obviously it's such a university town. And I mean, like it is for like loads and loads of unis across the UK. But yeah, I think for me, it was like I chose to stay in Falmouth past when uni finished. And I think for me, it was like I always kind of realized that everyone may leave or some may stay. But I think actually that happening was it hit harder than I thought it would. Because I kind of realized that it's not only you associate with the place and the people and the experiences and what you get up to, it's like that as like a 3-year package, it just seemed like such a bubble. And then when everyone leaves, which is, for me at least, that was like probably the biggest part of it, you're then still in a place that you love, but the people's missing. And it's kind of, it felt a bit of like a big gap.
Yeah, you kind of feel this weird, like your home is no longer home feeling.
Yeah.
Because for me, when I left when I left school, we instantly moved house. Like I went from my place I'd grown up to instantly moving to the place it's not far, we didn't move far. It's like maybe 25 minutes.
Yeah.
But instantly you get this feel of, wow.
Yeah.
This is different.
Yeah.
My friends aren't around me. My neighbors don't know them.
Yeah.
Etc. So I get you.
Yeah. It's strange because it's like it's a place that I love so much, and it was like trying to get my head around that. I was like, why am I not like enjoying it like I should do? When everything is still here, the weather's still lovely, but like half of the people aren't here, and you kind of realize that that actually is why. Because you don't realize when you're at uni or whatever that you're kind of, when you start uni, it's like, oh, you're independent, you're living with people, you're in a house, and like you go back and forth and you buy your own food or whatever. And then it's only when you finish, it's kind of like, oh, actually, that wasn't really, the real world. It's like, it feels like it when you finish school. Yeah. I'm gonna say, it's a weird, I'm gonna say I feel lost, but
the most
kind of just questioning a lot of stuff. And I'm prone to like overthink anyway, and kind of like, I'm quite an indecisive person.
Yeah, we're definitely.
So it's kind of, you learn a lot about yourself, but that's, I could go on for ages, but and I'm still there now. So it's kind of just like,
you're kind of still in this phase.
kind of.
I think the thing is like, a lot of people feel, especially me, as though there's a rush. Everything needs to be rushed. You need to have a thing in mind, do it, constant. It's like, I don't know if you feel, Falmouth life is probably quite different.
Yeah, it's slow.
It's very slow.
At uni it's slow as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like when you're doing it and you have all this work and it's kind of like bang, bang, bang. But it's definitely a slow lifestyle. Like, you say about Cornwall in general.
True.
It's quite slow.
Who is the person you want to become?
I don't know. I think you find that out with time and just, living and experiencing stuff. And I don't know. That's quite a hard one.
This is good because this is like raw, like question. Like, I think a lot of podcasts, when they ask someone, it's a 40-year-old who's got quite a lot of it figured out. this is different. This is very different.
This is what
which
it's
great.
about.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I was channeling.
Yeah.
Try maybe suggest some values or suggest some goals, things like that maybe.
Yeah. I don't know, a better, more rounded, more experienced, more understanding version of myself now.
Okay.
I mean, obviously the person I want to become is no one else but myself.
Of course.
I think that'd be weird if someone was like, I want to be someone else.
100%.
But I think you naturally just do that by, living and experiencing and understanding and trial and error.
Making choices.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, a better version of myself. That's what I would say.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a good answer. Do you have goals? Do you have any 5, 10, 1 year goals in mind? Currently, you're living in a van. Yeah. Which is awesome, by the way.
That's really cool.
Around Cornwall. Yeah. You're working part-time, is that right?
Yeah.
And obviously you've just finished uni.
Yeah. Got
your degree.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the situation for context.
I think goals is quite a big thing that I've been thinking about recently as well. I think during the whole time at uni, it was like the goal was to use my degree and like get a job in that and be successful in that. And I think it's also linked to kind of being in that bubble. Is like you're not really seeing a certain side of stuff when you're still in that bubble. I think naturally I was always like, I'll use a degree because that's what I did. Like that's what I want to do in the future. All this, but I think I don't know. I think there's so much more stuff that I want to do apart from that.
So would you say you're chasing passion as opposed to?
I think, yeah. I mean,
regular, normal.
Yeah, I wouldn't say chasing like a job. I think some people are very career focused and they're like, well, that's what I want to do. I'm chasing that from the beginning. I think I'm kind of like, don't know, I feel like a bit inexperienced in life so far, just because of the way I've like chosen to do stuff and like obviously been to uni, but like don't get me wrong, I've learned an awful lot from uni.
Of course.
And I'm a way better person before I went. And I'm definitely a different person before I went. But I'm not one of those people who I think is like defined by what job they have. I think it's, for me, like experiences is such a massive thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as in, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You're not like the finance, degree or the lawyer or the doctor or the, which.
I did a creative degree, so
yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
Like in the future, if I get a photography job in what I've been shooting and haven't done at uni, then fantastic. Like if that happens, then it happens.
We're very, very similar.
Like, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do before, kind of whether I choose to go down that route or not, or I'm planning some traveling stuff next year, and I'm kind of just like, what will I experience during that? How will my thoughts change? And maybe I want to do something different.
I genuinely kind of extreme. Obviously, we are extremely similar. We're cousins, so we are related. But for me, when I look at everything, I'm like, I'd love to try and be a lawyer. I'd love to try and be a investment banker. I'd love.
You've tried a lot of stuff.
Do you know what I mean? There's part of me that's like, God, that'd be interesting. God, that'd be interesting. Yeah. God, that would be cool.
Yeah.
And I think, as you've said, I think we're both creative people.
It's weird because I do get fixated on some stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes to this, I'm like, as I say, I'm not a person who's just like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And
just no.
Or just that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in the past at uni, you probably could have asked me the same question. I would have gone, yeah, photography, let's do it, like freelance and all the stuff I was shooting, But I think kind of stems from just finishing uni as well, and just like thinking about stuff, and it's just like, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do, and just like stuff I want to experience and kind of see where that takes me, rather than just not like disregarding stuff that could happen, and just going down the job route. I'm kind of leaving it a bit open.
Kind of, instead of planning the path to every single step, just following the path.
Yeah.
Seeing where it goes.
It's definitely something I struggle with, because like that recently I was trying to do that. I was like trying to sit down and plan like the 5 years of my life next, or like what I was doing next year. And I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. And it's like, I got in such a weird headspace of like, I don't know what I'm doing in 5 years time. Like, what am I going to be doing then? It was like, I knew I didn't need to be stressed about this.
Yeah.
But like, it was, I don't know, because I do like planning stuff. Like, I'm an organized person in general. But then I was like, actually, no, that you can't plan 5 years of your life. Like, you can have ideas of, well, you know, as long as you know what you want to do and what you don't want to do, that's a great structure to have. But like, yeah, planning the 5 years of your life that's not how it works.
I think planning 5 years of your life results in having a less...
I think especially where we are as well.
Oh,
the ages we are.
At the age we are, yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. If you're 40, you might plan the next 5 years of your life. I mean, maybe not. But yeah, I agree. Where we're at is definitely important. I think, like,
you've got so much learning to do as well.
Yeah,
and it's like trying to pigeonhole yourself in like, and even if you can plan the next 5 years, like some people, that's great. They'll follow that and they'll do that. But for me, it's like, I was just wrapping my head around that.
Too much of a
That's not really how I want to do it.
Too much of a chokehold, a little bit. Like, I think if you have a 5 year plan, it's great. I think having a 5 year plan is good and works for some people, but it does restrict your now a little bit.
That's what I found. Like, I was too busy trying to plan the next 3-5 years that I was forgetting about what I was doing in the present. And I was in such a weird headspace of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I was getting stressed and like, I was trying to write stuff down about what to do and all this.
Yeah.
And then I was forgetting like stuff in day-to-day life. And it's like, just live in the moment. Like, have a plan to an extent. Like, don't just wing it, because who knows what can happen. But yeah, I think I got to that point where I was trying to plan it too much, trying to think about it too much. And like, there was a bit of comparison in there to others as well. I think there's always sleeps in there somehow.
Of course.
Which I also try not to do. I think I got a lot better at doing that.
I agree. I think I've gotten a lot better as well, because I think 18-year-old Alec, 17-year-old Alec definitely did a lot of comparison, a lot of comparing.
Really? Was that because you finished school?
I think, yeah, I guess so. And also, like, you kind of disregard everyone's context. Like, you disregard that, you know,
It's very true.
they have this family, and you disregard that they live in this country, and you disregard that all the contexts that go into everything, you always kind of disregard and forget about, which is why comparison is not good to do.
Yeah. I think it's good to have idols and like...
It's good, yeah, I was going to say it's good in some contexts.
For sure. Yeah, that was kind of just something I was getting a bit stuck with, was... I mean, obviously, I feel like we've had the same thing, but mine's been delayed 3 years.
Yeah.
Because you finished, and that was your little bit.
That's so true.
And obviously, I mean, I've seen by you doing all these kind of different stuff until...
I have done so many different things.
But like that also, I mean, I never thought it as an example of yourself, but like that shows me that I can't plan the next 5 years, because someone I'm close to has, you know, done loads and loads of different things.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes you just have to live what you're doing.
Especially considering we are so similar as well. Do you want to get married, and do you want to have kids?
Yes to getting married. In between about kids.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Married by, or not fussed?
What age?
Mm-hmm.
No, not fussed. No, not really.
And why no kids?
I don't know, that's a hard one. I don't know. I think it's just like the age I am now. It's just like, there's stuff I want to do.
You're not
like before that's even thinking about my own. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you could probably be like kids in the future. Like, I'm going to say never. But like, yeah, not I don't know. I think people know sometimes they're like, oh yeah, I want kids. But like, I haven't reached that yet. Or
that is completely fair. Just
that's pretty much it, isn't it?
22.
There's not like a
you don't need to.
yeah. It's not like an underlying reason. Yeah.
No. I get it.
Yeah. I can imagine like sharing some like stuff that my dad did with me. I'd love to do.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing for me is like I couldn't imagine not having that same experience that I have with my dad, where it's like, oh, sharing this thing and doing this thing, and it's like that didn't exist. And what am I going to be doing when I'm 50? Like, well, that's what I want to be spending my time doing. I don't know. I think even my dad now has realized, because bit of context, my dad never was overly like, oh, I must have kids. It was very much like a maybe, not sure. I think maybe now he's kind of like very, very glad. I think a lot of dads do like go through this. They're very glad they had kids, and they're growing up to the point where you don't have to think about them. But
I've never really talked about that.
Experience. Yeah, it's I do speak to my dad a lot. yeah. No, I do. Definitely. When is a very not sure, because I'm going to base, and this sounds really bad, but I'm going to base a lot of my having kids around my finances. Like,
that's a sensible.
If I can barely afford to live myself, if I'm absolutely chilling, and I'm super comfortable, let's think about it. But until
I wouldn't call it like selfish, but
no, it's selfless if anything.
Yeah,
because you're making sure that child doesn't go through these financial issues.
No, that's what I mean. It's like selfish if you know you're like struggling. And
I see.
You're like, I will have kids, knowing that
you
might not. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. No, I agree. I think, and even if I go through life and I never really have enough money to have one, then I guess that's so be it, kind of thing. But one of my life goals is to have enough money to be able to have kids. And then
so you definitely want kids?
Situation, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
At some point.
That's cool.
But yeah. Next question. Do you want to be rich?
Rich in what?
Do you want to be rich in however you see it? Explain the definition of rich.
I think for me it's just rich in experiences. I think a lot of people say that, but a lot of people also say like rich in money.
Rich to you is experiences.
I think so. Yeah, okay. I think so. I mean, all these things like you're kind of asking is not like that far recently like thought about. So,
but that's why I think it's good, because we're at that stage where these things do come to mind.
Yeah, I mean, rich in money. Like obviously, not having to worry about money would be lovely. I think everyone would love to not worry about money. But if you're asking about like what rich means to me, I think it's.
But do you think
rich in life? I want to be fulfilled and not be sitting there with tons of money going, oh, I wish I did this, or like.
Do you think money creates experiences?
Yeah, to an extent. It depends what you enjoy as experiences.
Okay. So you're saying, because a lot of people will be sitting there and they'll say, okay, well, I'd love to go to Antarctica as well, but I don't have to go online. No.
Well, yeah, there's stuff you have to do. There's stuff you want to. What is it? There's stuff that you have to have money for to be able to do. But it depends.
You're talking like sitting watching a film with your happy family.
Yeah, maybe. Or like going somewhere, or traveling, or like experiencing stuff, talking to people, exploring
stuff that doesn't necessarily require loads of money, potentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there will be a lot of people watching this who they're in their 9 to 5 or whatever their job is. It might be whatever hours, who knows, but they don't have the money to do all of these things. They don't have the time to do all these things. And they're kind of sat there thinking, how can I change this?
I think it's quite objective, because like it's something that I would love to do as an experience, like someone else wouldn't want to do. And that works for everyone. So it's kind of like, what do you class as like an experience? You know, for me, it'd be like traveling and obviously the stuff that I said, but like for some people, like a good experience could like, you know, just go on a nice walk or something. You know, it's like whatever you value as like important to you, or like the stuff that you want to do and you can tick it off. Like if you can do some of it, even if it's something small, I think it's important. Yeah, rich in experiences.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. No, I personally, I agree.
I think money's a bonus. Money's a tool, I think.
Yeah.
Rather than like I'm successful because I have all this money. I think success is like quite a similar.
Let's talk about success.
Quite a similar like.
So that's a good idea. Let's talk about success. Success to you is.
Yeah, they're closely linked, I would say.
Okay.
Like, and it's kind of the same as like what you define as rich. Like, you know, successfully, you know, people are successful in business or successful in fame or like successful with money.
So you think success is very objective?
I think it is. But like in the traditional sense, if you're successful, like you have money, you have the wife, you have the kids, or, you know, you have a nice house, you have a nice car. But I think maybe like in a more like modern sense, I think success has kind of become a bit more about like stuff you experience.
Do you think we're
For me, at least, that's how I would define it, success. I mean, I'd love success in the sense of not having to worry about money, like I said, and all the other stuff that goes along with it. But yeah, successful in like lived experiences, I guess. Yeah, it's quite a similar kind of thing.
Do you think we are seeing a shift in people's perception of success? I think, for example, 50 years ago, success was money.
Well, yeah, that is the shift, I think.
Do you think we're seeing a shift?
Yeah, I think that is the shift. It's like, you know, years ago, success, but also there's so many different factors, because it's like years ago, there's minimal job opportunities. Like you'd be picked, you know, you'd have like 3 options.
Yeah,
like success is defined by the money you make, because there was kind of that limitation at the start of like, you can only do this. And now it's like success is like such a huge thing, because there's so many ways to be successful in not just money. There's so many, you know, even just like the ability to travel the world now and stuff like that. Like, I think success has changed so much as like a individual definition, rather than just like, as we said, it's just like success with money and stuff.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. I think, just trying to collect my thoughts. I think we're definitely seeing the shift. Definitely. I still think there's a lot of people out there that would see success as money.
I mean, it's definitely subjective.
It's definitely objective. I think it's silly to sit there and say money is irrelevant, because it's not. It's extremely relevant. But it shouldn't necessarily be the defining. I mean, I'm trying to think of all the best things that I've experienced in my life. A lot of them are money. I mean, Japan.
Yeah.
Need money for that.
Well, yeah, it takes money to do stuff.
Yeah, and I think, but then you can look at the other ways, you know.
But also, there's successes within those.
Yeah.
You know, you've paid to travel, but like there's so many amazing little things that you've experienced that you would never have experienced.
Exactly, and that's why it's really weird. I have this relationship with money where I always correlate it to experience. It's weird, like even to the smallest details, to the point where it's like, okay, I've never tried this drink before. £3. That's worth the trying it.
Really?
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, you know, a lot of people, they go to a pub and oh yeah, they'll have the exact same thing 50
I would
times.
do that.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm
Yeah.
different. I'm like, okay, I have my £5. How can I spend it? Well, I've never actually tried this, so there's an experience that I can present to myself.
So you almost like, what I was going to say, I don't know how to word it.
It's like,
So you have the money, so you want to use it to explore.
whenever I look at spending money, I kind of view it as I either view it as an efficient way or an experience. So for example, when we're talking about efficiency, I'm saying like spending less on groceries, like, oh, I'm going to make this thing, but I don't actually need this extra herb that's going to cost me £6.
Yeah.
That's like efficiency.
Yeah.
Of like, not efficiency, I guess it's kind of like budgeting, I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're not, but
trying to be efficient with my money.
It's just spending within your means.
Yeah, but then there's the other side of me where I'm like, there's like another part of my spending where I'm always viewing it as an experience. Like, for example, and I also want to say, like, a lot of people do this in a not a very smart way. Like, so for example, people say, oh, going to the pub is an experience. Yeah, but not if it's like 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
For me, it's I haven't seen this person in maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
Let's go do something, experience something, because I haven't. That's a new experience that I haven't had for a while, or etc. Or it could literally be like, oh, I've never tried this cuisine before. I'm happy to invest that extra £20 to have a go and experience that. Yeah. Kind of a little bit how I see it.
I mean, I'm kind of similar
Japan.
Different to that. Yeah.
Like, even when I was in Japan, it's very much like, okay, this is a little bit over my daily budget. But I haven't experienced this yet. So let's do it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's finding that balance of being careful with your money and making sure your future self is better off financially, while also taking the experiencing things.
Yeah, I think I'm similar and different in terms of that. I think I've always been quite like just like careful with how I spend my money. Sometimes in like an overly like unnecessary way. like especially when you're younger, it's like you have so little responsibilities.
Right.
I don't know where I got it from. I think money's just always been like I'll never spend it unless I need to. But like I'll treat myself, or like, as you said, I will also like go out with friends and like treat myself and spend this or whatever, or like buy something that I want, or spend money on other people. Yeah. But like, and also I don't mind spending the money if, like you said, I'm getting a nice experience out of it. Yeah. Or like I'm getting something. Yeah. In a weird way. I think when you break it down in like a business sense, it makes sense. But like, But like, I just don't. I'm not like one to just like spend money. Yeah. Like, even if it's like the smallest thing. No, I'm the same. Like I won't like. I can be such a cheapskate. Yeah, honestly, in another sense, it's more, I don't know, it's just like, again, this is good that we're doing this podcast first, because we are so similar. Like we don't have necessarily like, differing opinions on much, because I'm the same, like, I won't spend much. I don't spend much because I'll just want to save. Yeah. But then I think you have to correlate it to the where you are in your life. So for example, earlier this year, in March, my mindset was completely different. I spent like $6,000 to go to Japan. Yeah. That's not a very smart decision. Yeah. But for me, valued just that tiny bit. I valued the return on investment just a tiny little bit more than the money. Yeah. Yeah. And that was how I viewed it. And I can come back and say that I definitely think the return on investment was 100%. There you go. Yeah. And I think if you just go through I think if you have that mindset with money, it's not the worst mindset to have. Like, for example, for sure, you're 6 beers deep, the 7th is £5. Yeah. Is the return on investment really worth it? Yeah. Even 2 beers in, do you need the third?
£5.
I would have said yes at uni. Yeah.
Is it necessary?
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends where you are in life. Depends what you're doing. Depends how you live your life. For me, one beer is enough. Like in terms of return on investment, it depends on the context, like sometimes I don't mind, having a drink and getting a little bit, drunk, tipsy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But there's a certain point where the return on investment is just not quite there for me. So for example, once a month, sure. Return on investment's not bad.
Yeah.
3 times a week, then we're in a different realm of conversation. But I feel like we're being a bit too specific.
No, I mean
too businessy. But
I mean,
that's my mindset. That's how I work. I don't know. I'm guessing you're similar. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I think I've always had like a weird underlining like this idea of like running out of money, or like I don't want to spend too much in case I run out of money.
Yeah.
Which is stupid at this age.
When you think about
it's ridiculous. It's like
you don't pay for rent.
You're
chilling, completely chilling.
Yeah.
Both of our families are financially good. Like
I mean, less now, which is weird as I get older.
Yeah.
Like I think it was a bit more like I don't know, growing up or whatever.
So do you think you saved money more when you were younger or less? Or do you think you save more now? In terms of not like
I think I just understand how to spend money better.
As in like a mental like...
Yeah. And I think it was always like, I was just with the first job and stuff like that, when everyone has their first job, like you're not spending anything.
No.
And you're just making money. And for me, that was just great. It was just like,
wow.
Yeah, it was just like, I don't want to spend any of it because the more I spend, the less I'll have. And it's like, I can easily build up money now. It'd be great. And I don't know whether it stemmed from that or like, when you get like birthday, Christmas money, you just like, I was always want to save it. Like I'd save it and just like buy something at the end of it. Like when I really wanted to.
But that's the thing. And that's a piece of advice, genuine piece of advice for everyone who's watching. If you're 14, 15, 16, 17 and you're living at home, you don't spend a dime and you're working, save. Just save. Your 23, 22-year-old self.
Also, you're young as well.
Yeah, I know, but I don't...
There's two sides to it.
There is two sides to it. Like, experience things, obviously.
Yeah.
But don't think, I make £200 a week. How can I spend it?
Yeah, for sure.
Just be smart about it and think, okay, how can I... Because the earlier you start getting on top of your finances, the better. I'm probably a bad example. I'm not going to lie, because of my various travel.
Yeah, but you got so much out of it.
But I did, and it was...
When you think of it as just a number, it's obviously you spent a lot of money.
Yeah, but for example, my social media and video creation, that was my whole goal in Japan.
Yeah.
I had 2 goals going into Japan. Okay, fine, 3. 3 goals. One was video creation. I wanted to absolutely blitz, get really good, do it loads, and just get much better, blah, 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 blah. Which I did. Second, Japanese. Improve my Japanese.
You still doing that?
Which I'm still doing, yeah. And I did that.
Nice.
In Japan, was great. Those 2 things, completely happy with. Third, enjoy it. Did it.
Yeah.
Did all 3. And once you sit there and go on a piece of paper and go, okay, these are my goals. These are the what I'm spending. This is okay. Yes, this is worth it. Yes, I can do this. Okay, cool. And like, it wasn't like I'd have weeks where I would just work. Like genuinely sit in the hostel and edit for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like genuinely wake up, edit for 8 hours and go like in the exact same hostel. I'm in Japan, exact same hostel. But then there'd be weeks where I would just, okay, don't need to film everything. Let's just enjoy for a week, I had a friend visit for a bit. And then my girlfriend came and visited again, just enjoy. And then
I think the
balance was there.
I think that's something that I've like thought about recently is like, just again, with like going all the way back to like living in the moment. Yeah. Just like I remember in the past, I'd like film everything, take photos of everything. I mean, I love photography. I did it as a degree, so like naturally, I've always done it. But like more recently, it's just been like I don't want to always just take photos and videos. Like I want to see it with my eyes, and like I don't want to save everything. And which I've done a lot less of.
It's that finding that thing,
At least like casually.
okay, this could technically be beneficial if I do just get my camera out, and this could benefit my career, but equally,
it depends what you're doing for.
I do just want to experience it. It's that balance. Like, it depends what you want to be. It depends what you want to do. Like, for example,
did you ever think about that? Like,
100%.
Like, are you doing this for like personal reasons, or like are you doing it because obviously when you're in filming in Japan, obviously you did that for business, in the
for me,
video and stuff.
it was both.
Was it ever like, I don't want to record this, but I have to because of like I want to business kind of stuff?
Yeah, I see what you're asking. There were probably days where I really just did not want to go to a specific place just to film. Like, I was just tired. I just wanted to chill, have some ramen, just. But yeah, there were definitely days I forced myself to go and work because I did view it as work. Like, when like even like with my, it was like, even that thing with like trying to explain to my dad and my mum, like, yeah, I know I'm in Japan and having a great time, but I promise you, I am working. Like, I'm really working hard on this. Like, I'm not just having a great time.
Yeah.
That's another thing I will say with traveling. And I'd like to get your opinion on this, because traveling is obviously massive, absolutely huge with art.
Yeah.
My view on it is, I think traveling is one of the best things you can do. Right? Experiencing other cultures, experiencing what other people go through, talking to other people, meeting new people, going out of your shell, getting out of your shell is an incredible thing to do.
Yeah.
I just think there's two approaches to it.
Okay.
And I just think you can have a positive experience from it and also come back with less than you went. It's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. But if your goal with traveling is to like, I just want to travel, I have 10K and I'm just going to travel and get fucked up every night and meet these random people and just like do all this random crap with no real goal in mind in terms of like yourself, I think you can come back with less than you went with. And I'm not talking financially, I'm just saying mentally.
Okay.
So my approach, basically, to summarize, I think there's the way to do it is, as long as you're traveling with a goal in mind and you're using your time effectively, because when you're traveling, you have a lot of time. You're not working. You have no commitments. You have no responsibilities. You have 14, 16 hours a day to work with. Yeah. That's a lot of time. People work their whole lives for time. Yeah. You need to value this time that you have. Yeah. So as long as you use it relatively effectively, enjoy, obviously, have fun.
This is how you saw it.
This is how I saw it. This is how I see it.
Yeah.
But don't throw your time away. Like, I know you're young and you think, everyone thinks they have loads. And this is coming from a 22-year-old. Like, I'm not sitting here at like 50 telling you this. So maybe you just don't. Maybe just ignore what I'm saying if you want. But time is so valuable, and while you have all this time, just use it. Like, for me, it was the same. Like, I knew when I was in Japan, I knew as soon as I come back, I'm gonna have so much less time. And I was okay with that, and I accepted that. Yeah. So I made sure to make the most of my time.
In terms of what though? Less time to
focus on my hobbies, less time to focus on my experiences, less time to focus. I don't know. It depends.
Well, because you wanted to get back and like.
Well, yeah, it depends. It depends how you view, how you spend your time. But like, for example, I knew I'd have to come back. I'd have to work. I have to earn all the money I just spent back. Yeah. And I knew that was the commitment I was making before I even went. Yeah. You always have to think about after. People think because the first time when I went to America, which was the first time I went.
That's a long time ago.
18, right? Yeah.
So long ago.
Still to this day, I'm like, every time I just think about it, it's like a smile. It's just such a good experience. Yeah. And which is why I do suggest to everyone travel, 100%. Yeah. But that travel trip, whatever, it was a similar goal. Like, I wanted to film loads, and blah, blah, blah. And I did, but I kind of didn't. But I was okay with that. Like, I was 18, I was young, and I wanted to just experience my travels more than focus on it from a business standpoint. Whereas I knew if I wanted to travel again, which I did, to Japan, it would have to be a little bit more career, a little bit more future focused.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the outlook I had with it, was because when I went to America, oh my God, what an experience.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely. I know you haven't necessarily traveled yet, really.
Not an awful lot. No.
You absolutely have to, bro. Like, it is.
I'm planning it.
Both trips just completely changed my life. Like,
Yeah.
completely.
I mean, I went to New York like you did.
Yes.
And that was phenomenal.
Yeah,
I mean,
how long did you go for?
For only a week.
Exactly. You
Like, even in that time, it was amazing.
I know, right? But
Yeah.
think about
And
months.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I've never been like a huge fan of wanting to do America.
I wouldn't suggest, like, if people are saying like, oh, where should I travel to? I wouldn't necessarily say do America. I wouldn't say don't.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely cool things like New York, Miami, LA, Hawaii, San Francisco would probably be my main suggestions. I mean, I went to other places, but
Yeah.
those are the ones that stood out, especially New York. Even if you're thinking about like going to New York for a week or two,
New York's wild.
highly recommend it. It's good
wild.
but bit of a tangent, but yeah, I was a bit younger, so it was more of just having fun. I went with my best friend as well, so
Yeah.
we were both kind of young, both just wanted to see the world a bit more, and wow.
Yeah.
But I did work a little bit. I did some filming. I did do it, but it wasn't quite good. I'll be honest, it wasn't really good enough to like use for anything. It was a learning experience.
Yeah.
So I now I think about it, there was more I got out of it than I think, because it was all learning. It was all practice.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Even if you're
Also, if you never went, like, you wouldn't know any different. So
exactly, like, even if you're not making physical progress in terms of like actually going able to see the progress, it doesn't matter. You're making progress in some degree. You're being more confident. You're getting more. You're learning yourself more.
For sure.
Learning who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I really, really advocate for traveling, but just be a little bit wary. Like, I know a lot of people go to like Thailand and things, and I am sure Thailand's amazing. But if you're just going to party and drink, just
doing it because everyone else does it.
yeah, just think about it a bit more. Just
Yeah.
if that's really genuinely what you want to do,
Yeah.
everyone each their own.
Yeah, of
you
course.
can do it.
Yeah.
I'm not judging. For me, I would just personally suggest, and also if it was me, I would just think a little bit more about it and deepen it a little bit more and think, okay, what do I actually want from this? Because you will evidently probably have to come back.
Yeah.
And it's not like, you don't have to view that as a negative, I have to come back.
Yeah.
Don't view it as a negative, because it will feel weird at first, but there are so many good things with coming back.
Yeah.
And you've changed completely.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I think the camera is gonna look so much, you're gonna look so much better than I am. It's gonna be really funny. Ooh.
I should have kept it in the cup.
You should have shook it first.
Oh, really?
Maybe. It doesn't matter. Still be nice. Do you think in society as a whole that between the ages of 15 to maybe 25, people feel lost, confused, and without purpose?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's quite a big sense of that between, is it 15 and 22?
15, 25
15, 25, yeah. I think it's a whole mixture of things. I think, as you said before, it's like people finishing school at 18, or like people like me finishing uni, doing school previously. I think there's a big part of that. It's kind of like what I had as well, with the people kind of just like not really knowing what to do. And for me, at least, there was like too many things that I could do, that I was kind of like lost in this loop of like trying to sort out what I was going to do and trying to plan like the next how many years, and kind of just like getting stuck in kind of just like, just feeling a bit lost in like where to go. I think that like relates back to uni as well. But like as a society as a whole, I think it's quite normal for people like that age to feel lost, especially like with like, I think the comparison thing as well, which we talked about earlier, it's like so easy to see like what everyone else is up to. And like see other people's successes and failures and kind of like the stages that they're at in life, and kind of comparing that to yourself. And I think that makes people feel quite lost, like, you know, seeing yourself not in the place that they are, or you know, or sometimes the other way around. But yeah, also it's like, the whole point of this is like, it's an age where you're constantly growing, you're constantly learning still. And I think it's so normal to kind of feel a bit lost. And it's just like, it's like your mind's way of, you know, sorting the next stage of your life out and trying to understand what you want to do, trying to understand what you're interested in, who you want in your life, who you don't want in your life. I think it's definitely something that I reckon everyone feels to an extent at some point. But like, it's realizing that's like, of course, a normal thing to experience.
Yeah, I think that's a good point you make of like who you don't want in your life. Because I think there's a lot of, like, obviously, you know, you don't want to be horrible to people around you, but I do think who you surround yourself with is extremely important. And I think it's good to read yourself.
Yeah.
And think, okay, these are the things I like, these are the things I support, these are the things I want to be like. And kind of find your people and surround yourself with those people.
Totally, yeah.
Because otherwise you're just, you know, it's just not, I wouldn't say waste of time. I just think it's a better use of your time, and you'll feel more empowered. I mean, I'm very much a people person.
Yeah.
In terms of being surrounded by people. Yeah. But my people, you know, like the people that I align with. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's something that I've kind of recently maybe learned or like kind of realized as well, like growing up, kind of finishing like that whole like education like part of my life is just like, I think I'm kind of like beginning to like now understanding to read people and like kind of like delve a bit deeper into like who they are as a person, like what their beliefs are, what their values are. And I think that's something that's like really interesting as well. It's just like understanding who a person is and like making sure, I mean, obviously not everyone you like or is going to have the same beliefs as you. And that's fine. But it's just like, I think that's something that's really interesting. It's just like kind of aligning yourself with people that's, you know, you have like mutual beliefs in, or you share like qualities that you both think is important. I think that's quite interesting in general. It's just like what I've learned personally is just like beginning to kind of delve deeper and like picking out like the qualities that make people who they are.
And what it is you want from a relationship. Because if you break it down, it is somewhat, you know, the value you bring to each other. Yeah. Obviously quality time is always, you know, top of the list kind of thing in terms of a whatever kind of relationship it is. But I think, and also relating it to school, it's like at school everyone's friends with everyone. You know, like you don't really necessarily, I mean, you kind of have your people, but it's way more generalized, whereas the older you get, the more tight knit it becomes. I think there's that whole like I guess going back to like comparison as well of people kind of, I mean, also go back to like people thinking that they're lost as well. I think it's important to realize that like between a young age and then the end of school, you're like constantly put in like these brackets of, you know, this age is in this year,
the year after, so the age after is in this year. And I think like, obviously that works its way up all the way through school. And I think that naturally builds like a kind of like comparison mindset. And kind of like, it always either puts like people below you or people above you. And you're kind of like surrounded by people who are at completely different levels, depending on how old you are.
Yeah.
And I think like we as people, like, I guess people our age, like we naturally kind of, especially in the age of like, being able to see so easily what people are up to and comparing that, I think is like that aspect of it. And then kind of with the school system being able to, just kind of, it's important to like forget that that's just how it was growing up, and that I think people find it so easy to like kind of naturally keep thinking about that.
Yeah, and keep it in mind and keep comparing.
Yeah. But like when you're age you are now, and like someone in the older year in school, if you take that and put it like 10 years in the future, you'll be the same person.
Yeah.
Like there's no difference between you, because age is so contrasted when you're younger. And I think that's like a big part of the comparison. Is just,
or it could be the opposite. It could be that in 10 years' time, you're like 5 years more mature than that said person.
Yeah. And they can be louder.
Yeah. Or the other way around, you know, just everyone, once you leave school, age becomes different.
Yeah. And I think that's where that like awareness comes.
It's good to acknowledge, because like, and just don't get caught up on it as well. Like when you go to work, you might have one person that's 40 and you might have another one that's 20 and you're what, I don't know, 23 or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't need to compare. You just all work together and you're all for this, one goal, and that's what's important.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. But you can understand like how that kind of,
you can understand why people, and they constantly go off this compared mindset.
Yeah. It's like you're naturally growing up with that. Yeah, exactly.
It's like driven into you to compare and to have these age brackets. No, I agree. And I think, for people out there who struggle with, maybe they're like 20 and they're like, oh, well, I have no idea what I'm doing. That's okay. Like, you've got so much.
Yeah. I think
even if you're 40 and you're sitting there thinking, I have no idea what I'm doing, you have time.
Yeah.
You have it. It's, you can do more in a year than you have in the last 8.
Yeah.
If you really want, like in terms of meaningful changes that you can make to your life.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily, obviously, in terms of volume output, you probably can't do as much. But in terms of physical, like in terms of like soul changing activities or things you want to do, you can do.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think,
doesn't matter what age you are.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's where that awareness is important.
And once you completely just disregard age, just take it away and just chuck it away, you're so freed.
Yeah.
You don't need to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
because people sit there and maybe they're, I don't know, 33 right now. They've worked, they've got, their financials decent. Maybe they're single, maybe they're not. I don't know, but they think, oh, well, it's way too late to like start a business. It's way too late to go traveling. It's way too late to do this one thing they've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
It's not. The earlier you do it, the better.
Yeah.
Make that decision and just do it.
Yeah. And I think that's important. Is that's where that awareness is important. And just kind of getting out of that mindset. Going back to the question, is like feeling lost. It's like you're never behind someone. Everything is so relative. Like everyone is so different.
Yeah.
Like don't ever feel like you're falling behind because people in such different places. They might seem like they've got everything together, but
they also have such different life contexts. Different parents, different upbringing. They lived in a different country. They were born in a different country. There's so many different contexts that go into who people are.
Yeah. And
you might see a 20-year-old in Miami with a Lamborghini, but what's the context there? There's some context there.
Yeah.
It's not just what everything's not what you see it. There's always a lot more to it.
It's just so easy in this day and age to look like that.
And compare.
Yeah.
It's so easy to compare.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a big issue that conjoins with the feeling lost and the feeling like they're lacking purpose.
I say as well, I think social media is such a big part of it.
Yeah.
It's just like, it would have been interesting from like our point of view to go back in time and like see,
Right.
obviously knowing what we know now and like just growing up seeing like what our group of friends were doing instead of like the whole world.
But also think like our grandparents, like they left school and they were like, okay, well, I can take that job because I can walk to that place, and I can take that job because I can walk there.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't really take that job because it's going to take me like half an hour to to whatever.
Yeah.
And it's going to take me 2 hours to get there. Those were what made their decisions. It's crazy, the difference.
Yeah. Married at 18.
Yeah, exactly. Married at 18. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think, my next question is, because I think there's a big stigma surrounding what you do. People combine their personalities with their job, I think.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem because we shouldn't define people on what they do. So for example, someone's 23 and they're a KP in the pub.
Yeah.
They're thinking, wow, I feel like shit because this is where I'm at. What's your advice / comforting? Oh, I guess advice. Yeah. What's your advice to this person?
What if they're just unsure of what to do? I think part of it goes back to like, don't ever feel like you're being left behind. Like you're so individual that just because you're doing something, that the reason you feel bad about doing that is because you're comparing it to people who aren't in your position. And I just think if you are stuck in something like that, or like you don't know what to do, I think just genuinely thinking about like what you enjoy, what makes you happy, what your interests are. And you'd love to think that the stuff you enjoy is also stuff you're good at. So, kind of, it's easy to say, but like play to your strengths kind of thing. It's like, as long as you know what you want to do and you know what you don't want to do, like life will naturally, form a path. And yeah, I think it's easy to overthink of like, oh, I need to get to this point. I need to do this. I need to do that. But I think if you do feel like you're kind of like a dead end, I think making like small goals and kind of just like having, even if it's something small to work towards, like each step is progress. I think it's just important for people to like understand like who they are in terms of what they enjoy and what they want to do.
Yeah, and I think
that's a big
to be honest, I think like whatever you're doing, like whatever it is, as long as there's intent and as long as there's direction behind it, and as long as there's a goal or whatever, you're fine. Like there's this big thing about like what you should be and what you shouldn't be, but as long as you know what your goals are, as long as you know who you are, you're okay. For example, you might be the KP, but you also might have dreams of doing this thing. You're just working this job to do your rent. So there's intent. There's intent with your work. Your intent is to cover your rent. So you can then just have somewhere to live.
It's just like sort of doing one step at a time. There's no point like trying to get to the goal when you're starting from the first position.
Yeah, don't try to rush it.
Yeah. Like just build yourself up.
Find out who you are and try and figure out who you are and try and build on who you are.
That's a lot to work out.
It is. I know it's a lot, but it's kind of, in my opinion, kind of vital. Because you can build everything off of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if let's say, I don't know, you want to be respected, you want to be physically fit, and you want to have responsibility over those people. Okay, well maybe a management role might suit you. Or conversely, maybe you want to be kind, you want to help others, and you get you're contented with spending your day every single day helping people. Okay, great. You might be better for like working for like a charity, or maybe you start your own charity, or maybe you work in, you know, a care home or a hospital, whatever. Okay, go from there. What are the steps? What are blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I just think it's when you kind of start initially by figuring out who you are, and the values and the morals and those kind of main things, you can kind of just, everything kind of goes from there a little bit.
Yeah. It's just taking that first step.
It is, yeah, it is. And it's also like, it takes time to figure these things out. Like me now versus me when I was 18, I mean, my values are completely different. And like, they always will change. Yeah. Always, like, you know, even when 5 years from now, my values will probably be different. Yeah. A little bit. I can't see them being too different. I think that the older you get, the kind of more similar you stay. Because it's like you say, you learn with time. Yeah, exactly. And I think, I think figuring out the values and then going from there is like, it's not a bad place to start. Yeah. I think one thing is like, I always think about as well is like, no matter like how small you think the steps you are that you're making, you're always like better off than the person who like didn't move at all. I think something else I heard as well, which I think about quite a bit, is like, if you like, I mean, it's such an obvious thing when you think about it, but it's like, wait, if you take a wrong turn and then you go back to the start, like, despite that wrong turn, you're one step closer to the right way. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It doesn't, like, and also you're in the exact same position as the person who didn't take the step. Yeah. Do you see, like, they're still at the start. Yeah. Now you're still at the start. Yeah. Yeah, fine. You took a wrong step. But you have that experience. You've started. Yeah. You've taken that experience. You've learned something that you know doesn't work for you. Yeah. Yeah. And you've got that, okay, that didn't work. That's fine. So I've learned from that. So let's not do that again. Yeah. And it's more progress than having not. And eventually you'll find like the route out which works for you. It's just being contented with the one. We just say it, it's saying it at our age, because it's just like we're still going through this kind of like. Well, yeah, I mean, we're both like, we still don't know what the, you know, where we're headed kind of thing. I mean, I think now I'm kind of in this situation where I do kind of understand who I am way better than even just 2 years ago. It's really interesting to talk about stuff like this, because like obviously you'd assume that people older than us would talk about this. Yeah. But like talking about this when we're the age of the people we're talking about, I think it's like it's an interesting thing. Yeah. Like, as much as we're like trying to like figure it out, we're also like doing the things that we're telling people to do. Yeah. But that's the thing. That's why this is why you're doing this. That's why I'm doing this, because it's great. I know a lot of people are in that situation, and maybe, you know, the thing is, some people think a lot more than others. Like, I think I'm an overthinker. Yeah. Potentially you are as well. I mean, we're related. So. Yeah. I am quite, to be fair. A lot of people don't really think about it. And like, that's okay. Yeah. But for the people that do think about it and are struggling, that's kind of why we're here. And just to learn about other people, learn about the topic of feeling lost, learning about the topic of finding purpose, learning about the fundamentals and what you can do on the day-to-day basis. Because throughout the last sort of like 7 years, that's all I've been doing. It's just every single experience, every single thing is like, okay, I'm a bit closer to who I am. Exactly. Yeah. I'm a little bit closer to who I am. I'm a little bit closer to who I am. Okay, definitely not that person. Yeah. I think I might be this person. Yeah. And it's just like that slow progression of finding out who you are. And then from that is when you can start thinking about, okay, where's my time best spent? Yeah. And I think what people don't realize is like, you do that every single day. Yeah. Like without even thinking about it. Yeah. Like tiny little mistakes you would make, or like tiny little things that you think of. Like subconsciously it builds like this like network of like do's and don'ts almost. Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. 100%. So in terms of the podcast, feeling lost, finding purpose, finding meaning in things you do, your life, whatever. What are your final thoughts surrounding those topics? Personal experiences, personal goals. Have you struggled with it much? And how much of a deep-hearted problem do you think it is?
I would say it's completely down to like the individual. And I think for me at least, like my final thoughts, obviously I've experienced like that kind of feeling of being lost and not knowing what to do, and kind of being in that kind of stuck in a place where kind of unsure what to do, but also like there's so much that I want to do that I'm stuck in this like indecisive limbo of like not knowing what to do because there's too much for me to think of or something. And I would just say like it's completely individual, and like everyone that is feeling like that, it won't last forever. And I think it's important to understand like that it's totally normal, and that everyone experiences the same feeling. And I think it just goes back to that like point that we keep kind of like almost talking about throughout. It's just like, don't think like you're worse than someone else because they look like they're ahead of you. Like everyone is so different, and it's like, it's kind of that like comparison is the thief of joy. It's like, it's not relevant really to like your own life. Like it's great to have inspiration and heroes and like people to look up to, but I think when it comes to like the way you're feeling, I think it's important to just understand that whatever it is you are feeling, it's not a prolonged feeling, and you know it will sort itself out. And I think
my take on that a little bit is just, I know it's hard, but try not to like think about it too much, and also just focus on the small things. Just focus on the really small things, like what brings you joy and benefits you every day. Every day, like just focus on those little things. Just figure out, try and work on figuring yourself out, because those are the things that's important. I know, like for me, it was just trying to figure out who I am as a person, and that's what like you got to focus on and just try things. Yeah. I've tried a lot of things and I'm still trying things. Yeah. And I think it just like keeps setting these goals, and it's just like this constant, like, I don't want to say chase, because I don't think it should necessarily be a chase, but just kind of like a direction. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I think. And it helps. Yeah. I think the last thing is just don't see this time period as like a struggle. See it as like a learning opportunity. Yeah. And don't get stuck in it. I think it's important to recognize that this feeling it's not like, it shouldn't be felt as feeling stuck. It's like an opportunity to like grow and understand yourself. And you know, you're still young, and this whole experience and this whole like emotional roller coaster is you just figuring out who you are and what you want to do. And I also think you don't necessarily have to be young. You can be any age. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Just take every day as it comes, just trying to figure out a bit better of who you are. And and just think about not only who you are, but also who you want to become. Yeah. As well. This is important. Yeah. Because you know, don't stress it out. Don't let it stress you out. Don't think, oh, well, I need to be, I need to break the world record for this. Like, yeah, of course, if that's your goal, go for it. You've got this. Yeah. But I'm just talking in like the smallest basic things. Like, okay, I want to be a good person. I want to be kind. I want to be generous. I want to be, smart. Yeah. I want to be strong. I want to be fit. I just think about the base layers, base foundations, and then kind of go from there kind of thing. But build an image of yourself in 10 years and use that as inspiration. Do you see yourself moving to London? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Big city. Yeah. I do like London. Yeah.
for sure.
From an opportunity standpoint, or?
Yeah, I think a bit of both, kind of like opportunity and social.
Yeah. That was a big reason why I moved.
Yeah, I mean, I love Cornwall, like the natural side of it, nature and all that stuff. That's a big part of who I am. But yeah, I do like a city as well.
I think it opens up a lot in just terms of opportunities, in terms of social interactions, in terms of just, you know, available progress potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, yeah, I think it's especially, you know, it depends what period of life you're in, but if you're, you know, no kids, whatever, no responsibilities, I think it does present benefits.
Yeah.
Charlie, it's been a privilege.
Likewise. It's been good. Really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I think, yeah,
it's been great.
You had a lot to say. I think you opened up a lot. Same.
Yeah, we've covered some good stuff.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, I hope it helps.
Thank you.
No worries.